The nephron is the basic unit of the kidney.
The nephron is composed of the glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, a proximal tubule, the loop of Henle, distal tubule, collecting duct, and renal arteries and veins. The nephron's purpose is to filter waste out of the blood while simultaneously regulating the concentration of water and soluble substances to be reabsorbed into the blood. The journey of urine begins at the renal artery, where blood travels to the renal capsule. The renal capsule contains two components, the glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule. From here, urea, solutes, and water are filtered out from the blood. Some of the solutes include sodium, glucose, and potassium. The action of the glomerulus is passive and requires no energy because blood proteins are too large to move across and remain in the bloodstream. From here, substances that are needed in the body, such as blood and some salts, go through the efferent arteriole. Substances that are misclassified as wastes are reabsorbed by the capillaries surrounding the proximal convoluted tubule, the loop of Henle, and the distal convoluted tubule. At the proximal convoluted tubule, bicarbonate ions are reabsorbed when pH levels need to be maintained. Glucose, amino acids, sodium ions, chlorine ions, and potassium ions are also reabsorbed via active transport proteins. Leftover hydrogen ions and wastes are secreted from the capillaries to the tubules. After the wastes pass through the proximal convoluted tubule, they travel to the two parts of the loop of Henle. At the descending limb, water is reabsorbed into the blood by osmosis. At the ascending limb, salts are actively and passively transported out of the tubule and into the capillaries. At the distal convoluted tubule, precise and selective absorption occurs to make small adjustments in potassium and sodium levels. After all of the reabsorption, the blood full of nutrients travels back to the heart through the renal vein, and wastes are taken to the collecting duct to prepare for secretion. The collecting duct is the last part of a long, twisting tube that collects urine from the nephrons and moves it into the renal pelvis and ureters.